So in particular, how do we coach our routes? How do we start? Well, our drill work consists of individual routes on air. We feel these are important. Throwing on air is as important as throwing against the defense. It teaches the quarterback timing. It gives your team confidence. I can't stress it enough. Most of us should do more on-air work than we do. It allows kids to gain confidence, to get precise, for the quarterback to throw accurately, and you'll see it carry over then when you go against the defense in skelly drills or 7-on-7, etc. Routes that must be practiced. We are a big bubble team, as I talked about in the first video. The bubble is not an easy throw. To throw that thing accurately, you must throw bubbles. Swings or flares to the back, another throw that is in our offense that has to be made. Flat passes, all right, just little 4-yard outs. Very effective, not as easy as it looks to throw. Must practice them. And then if you have any shallow crosses in your offense, anything where the guy's on a move, must be practiced a little bit more in terms of timing, because if you overthrow those or you miss those, it could lead to big plays for the defense. Sometimes those are good warm-ups for us as well. Just get the quarterback out there and throw bubbles. 3 minutes each way. 6 minutes. He got a ton of throws. He's not killing his arm, but they're routes that he's going to throw in a game, and he feels comfortable with them. And if you look at the last DVD, you'll see how accurately the quarterback threw the bubbles. Okay. Secondly, if we're doing any type of read type routes, like on a 4 vertical route, the receiver can either go or drop out based on the turn of the corner, whether he man or zone turns. Well, that's something that you could call out as the coach right before the snap, and they could run that, and both of them have to be on the same page. Sometimes we have either a corner or a post option in our offense off a smash route, which I'll explain. Again, that could be coached as a coach mimics the defense, where it's less pressure and the quarterback zeroing in on one thing. Okay? You need reps, reps, reps. The last thing I'll say is if you're going to throw the quick game or comeback, curl, whatever you throw out, we're a big comeback team into the boundary. We are going to rep that. How many of you have taken and run 30 comebacks in a row for your quarterback? Let's say you get 2 or 3 receivers there and they just run it in a row and see how many you can complete. That confidence on air, that ability to throw on air, and that confidence they gain from that is immeasurable when the pressure's on in a game. Most corners, most defenses, you'll find a technique that they don't change it. So you'll be able to take advantage. If it's there, if they're an off technique, if they're bailing, and you could throw the comeback on air, you could complete it with that bailing corner almost 100% of the time. Another thing I think needs to be coached is long balls. Okay? Throw the post, throw the verticals, throw the corners, throw your double moves. I found as a young coach, mostly because of space on the field sometimes, that I wouldn't practice these throws as much, and you'd be calling them in a game and wonder why they were never completed. They're hard to throw anyways, but you'll see on air, if you can't complete them on air, you're not going to complete them in a game. So if you give them some confidence on air, and you don't have to do this long because it'll, the quarterback airs his arm out. It's sort of like the baseball player that warms up, with the long ball throw. You just do a few of them, and they get good at it. You're telling them where you want the landmark. Put it on the ball on the 40-yard line throwing in, and it'll give the quarterback and receiver that confidence to complete those deep balls. The next progression is now we'll put some read players in there. For example, if we throw curl flat, we'll get on half the field, all right? And we'll put a flat player, we'll put an inside backer, and we'll run a curl, a flat, and the back on a little check down route, creating a triangle. And we'll tell the quarterback to kind of read the flat player to the inside backer and throw to the open man. Okay, it's 3 steps and a hitch, and we'll just have the 2 linebackers kind of do some different things. They'll match the curl and the flat. They'll match the check down and the flat, and then the quarterback will throw the curl inside there. So anytime you can get some half-field routes with reads, whatever goes with your offense, that's one example that we do. That helps. It's less pressure on the quarterback. He's looking at his reads. You're giving him confidence. Okay. Finally, as I talked about, 7-on-0 on-air passing with a full group. The coach gives the read. All right, so I'll tell him there's 2 high safeties with a soft corners. There's 1 high safety, press corners. Okay, there's no safeties. So the quarterback is understanding the terminology that you're speaking with when you watch films, and they're picturing that structure. Okay. Finally, we'll then go into against the defense with 1-on-1s or 2-on-2s. We particularly lately like 2-on-2s. You get more guys repping. So we got a safety in a corner playing against a slot and a wideout, running complementary routes on half the field. And then finally, we'll get into 7-on-7. And we want to put our best versus our best, our seconds versus our seconds for the most part. Now, after all the confidence he's gotten in his individual drills, half-field read drills, now we build it up on air. We build it up now to play 7-on-7 and put it together. And this has been a very effective way for us to practice the passing game through the years. It gives the quarterback the confidence. You're practicing the accuracy and decision-making that you need on these throws. And then finally, you put it all together with the defense giving you different structures.